You want to study herbalism, so you go to Google like everyone else and you type in herbalism courses, and you are met with hundreds of different results for loads of different schools, all of which is using different language, and you don't know what it means and you don't know which one's for you, and it's all convoluted, nothing makes sense. I get it. I did exactly the same thing. But after being on this path for a little while now, I've kind of figured it out. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about where you can study herbalism and hopefully demystify some of the language around it so that you can find the right course for you. Grab a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, get comfy and get cozy, get a notepad, and let's get started. Hi everyone, my name is Shannon, I'm the Wisdom Wench, I'm a herbalist in training, and after a little while I've finally figured out how the whole studying herbalism system kind of works. To make it easier for you, I have split this video into 4 categories: your beginner, foundation, professional, and improvers. We're going to keep it nice and simple, nice and easy, and I'm going to talk to you about the different language that is used between each of these types of courses so that you can find the right one for you. Let's dive right in, we've got a lot to cover today. First things first, this is going to cover Western herbal medicine because that is what I'm practicing and that's what I have a lot more experience of, but you can use the framework from this video to hopefully incorporate Ayurveda or traditional Chinese medicine and find the right course for you. I'm not speaking on any of these systems, and the things I'm telling you are true as of June 2024. All of these courses are constantly updating, so make sure if you found one that you like the sound of to go check their prospectus and check and make sure they're still running. This isn't going to be a deep dive into every prospectus of every course because you will be here for hours. This is an overview. Category 1 is your beginner. These are your first steps into herbalism. I do have a video I made about your first steps and things you can do. Make sure to go check that out. So at the beginner level, I always recommend that you try and do as much for free as you possibly can. There's loads of resources here on YouTube. There are books available. There are a lot of places for you to learn without needing to spend money. And I think this is your best option at the beginner stage. If you want to dive right in with a course, we are going to go over that. But what I recommend is to find a content creator that you really like, whether through books or through YouTube, and really see if you like how they're presenting, if you like their learning style, if you kind of vibe with what they're saying and how they're going about things. Try a few of the things that they're letting out for free. If you really like what they're doing, a lot of content creators will also have a course available, so check with them. If you like what they're putting out, you might like how they teach. Some examples of content creators online that I really like, just 3 to start you off. I like the sistas. I like them a lot and they do a lot of short courses. I like Rosemary Galdstar, she is a classic. She is an American herbalist and she's got a lot of videos here on YouTube. Danu's Irish Herb Garden, she's fantastic. She also does short courses. And Abril Dobrea of Beauty Herbs and Tea. She was one of the first YouTubers that I really kind of got into and started following her journey. They're all brilliant places to start. A lot of them run short courses. So do try out a few things. Get a couple herbal books, whether you're purchasing them yourself or getting them from the library, and look up those authors. If you like how they're writing, if you like how they're presenting, you might like how they teach. It really is advantageous to you to learn as widely as possible from as many people as possible. At your beginning stages, it's about experimenting and it's about having fun. If you are going to do a beginner herbal course, I recommend looking for local herbalists. They normally run workshops. Just type into Google and find herbalists near ... A lot of them will run courses, things that you can trial, have a go at. And it's nice to be able to get hands-on tutelage with the herbs and what you're doing. A lot of the content creators will have online courses because it caters to the most amount of people. If you're doing a beginner course, what you're looking at are either things that can range from a 1-day workshop to about 3 months of online training, fully depending on what you're doing. If you're doing a beginner on one particular subject, It could be an 8-hour one-day workshop, or it could be a few hours over a few weeks online, whether live through Zoom or through recorded class. These are really great ways to start your herbalism journey if you know that you need tutelage and help from other people. So, to recap, beginner courses, you're going to look for keywords like beginner, entry level, home herbalist. You'll also be looking at things that range from 1 day in person to about 3 months. And these can be anything from our free resources, which are £0. I'd say roughly £100, but that's really going to depend on the course you're doing, where and with whom, and the amount of resources it takes up. Now we're going into our foundation course. Foundation courses are useful because they're going to give you a well-rounded tutelage in herbal medicine. You'd look at philosophy, you'll look at ethics, you'll look at working with the herbs a little more specifically. You might look at more herbs than you originally had done before. You'll also look into your entry level of anatomy and physiology, how certain common conditions, things like hay fever, menstruation, aches and pains, injuries, infection, inflammation affect the body, how they happen and how you can treat them. It really is a foundation of herbal knowledge. These will normally take between 6 months and 2 years, depending on the course you do, where you do it, how much is involved in it, in person, online. There's lots of factors that go into a foundation course. Another great thing about foundation courses is that a lot of the professional courses that you come across normally have a foundation course. It gives you a little bit of a taster for that institution about whether or not you like how they teach and if you're going to vibe with it. And it gives you normally enough so that you can practice herbalism at home and for yourself and your family with a little more confidence, I'd say. When you're looking at your foundation courses, the search terms you're looking for are apprenticeship, community, or foundation. So you might get a herbal apprenticeship that lasts 2 years. You might get a community herbalism course that lasts a year. You could have an apprenticeship in person and live for 6 months. You're learning a lot over this period of time, and it's really important to take your time with the foundation course. You don't have to go and study herbalism professionally, but this gives you a really good basis if you chose to. Some examples of foundation courses are the Heartwood course, which is one that I had done before and I do have a full review of. The Plant Medicine School do a community herbalism course. The Scottish School of Herbal Medicine do a community herbalism course. So do the Seed Sisters, who I mentioned before, and Botanica. There are lots more all over the UK. These are just some examples. You can find them everywhere. So make sure you're really looking in your area. Your overview is you're looking for community herbalism, herbal apprenticeship, foundation course. These will normally take between 6 months and 2 years, depending on the course, the time involvement and the amount of resources that you're going to use. These will also cost anywhere between, I'd say, £100 to £500. So they are going to vary depending on content and, again, whether or not you're doing them in person and using in-person facilities or if it's completely online. Now we're moving on to professional courses. So there's a few things I need to explain before you're looking at professional courses. Why are they professional courses, firstly? These are the courses that you're doing when you're looking to become a clinician. You're looking to treat strangers, not just the people in your home, not just your little wider community, complete strangers to you. So they're a lot more in depth and a lot more involved. Here's the mistake I made when I was looking at professional courses. But before I tell you about that, there's one thing that you need to understand, and that is what is a herbal accredited body. Herbalism in the UK is not regulated. There is not an official regulatory body. Other herbal bodies popped up, there are quite a few of them, and they began to act as self-regulation to ensure that herbalists have a certain level of training. Now, there is a whole discussion to be had about whether or not we need herbal bodies, whether or not herbalism falls under that. Is it gatekeeping? That's a video for another day. Just know that the professional courses heavily rely on herbal bodies, so it's important to understand them. The big one, the big herbal body in the UK is NIM, the National Institute for Medicinal Herbalists. There are others, and I will put a few on the screen now, but here's the mistake I made when I was first looking for professional courses. I went to NIM, I went to courses, I looked at NIM's herbal accredited courses. There were 3. So I thought there were only 3 courses. I was wrong. I was very wrong. These 3 courses will get you automatic accreditation to NIM. Now, a lot of the herbal bodies have their own courses that will give you automatic herbal accreditation. It's just NIM had these 3 and that was the only place I looked. With these herbal bodies, you can either have automatic accreditation by doing a course, that means that you automatically get accepted into this herbal body, or individual applications. So you study herbalism, you do your courses, and then you apply as an individual to that herbal body. Both are completely valid, and you can do it however you want to do it. But individual application does exist, and that is a thing to remember. Herbalism has been around longer than these bodies. People have been practicing herbalism before these courses even existed. You do not need to do herbalism one way, and you do not need to become a herbalist one way. It's a wide scope and there's a lot you can do. So with that out of the way, there are many professional courses. So let's talk about those 3 that NIM have automatically accredited. First one is Heartwood, which you've heard me talk about before. Heartwood is an online only course in the UK. It's between 4 and 6 years. So you have Botanica, that are based in the southwest of England, Lincoln University, which is based in Lincoln. These 3 courses get you automatic accreditation to NIM, but if you wanted to apply to NIM, you can do individual accreditation. There are a lot more professional courses. Core College, based in Ireland, you've got the Plant Medicine School. They have 2 campuses in Ireland, one in Exmoor and one in Scotland. The College of Natropathic Medicine, it's based in London. I think they have a campus in Manchester, but they also have campuses in Italy, Dubai, USA, Switzerland as well, I think. They are a lot more of an international school. They also do, this is a little thing to keep an eye on, postgraduate courses. So if you are someone who is already qualified in another discipline, so you're already qualified as an osteopath or a GP or a nutritionist and you want to add herbal medicine to that, they do a postgraduate course, so you can add that on to your existing qualification. It's important to remember that those do also exist as well. If you're already trained one way, you normally don't need to go through as much of the herbal medicine training, so you can get a postgraduate course. The School of Herbal Medicine, then the Herbal Academy, lots of these places do professional courses. There are a lot more schools. You will more than likely find somewhere to study that is closer to you, that's with your style of learning, whether that's entirely online, hybrid, or in person, and you'll be able to eventually get accreditation with a herbal body, whether you want that, and if you do automatically want to get it, there's ways to do that, or if you want to go through the process of individual accreditation, which is largely just interviews and proving what you've done, you can do that too. There isn't one way to do things. There is as many different ways to become a herbalist as there are herbalists out there. The main thing to look out for when you're looking for professional courses, the key terms you're going to search for are clinical herbalist, medical herbalist, medicinal herbalist, professional herbalism course, degree herbalism course. Those are your keywords when you're searching for ones that are closer to you, and you will find a lot in that process. These courses will tend to take between 3 and 6 years, again depending on the course, depending on the resource it's used, in person, online, etc. They can either be entirely online, entirely in person, or hybrid. The main thing with a professional course is you will do clinic hours. You will work in a herbal clinic. You will need to do that to pass, to get through the course. These courses can cost anywhere between 6,000 and 18,000. could cost more depending on where you're going. And there's a lot of factors that go into this. A lot of herbal medicine schools will accept payment plans as well. So it is worth really looking into as many schools as you can and really digging into the prospectuses. Talk to as many people as you can before deciding what school you're going to go for. Make sure you research widely as well. There's a lot that you can do. You will find something that suits you. The final section of this video is what I've called improvers. Here's a thing to note. The courses in the improvers section are for anyone in any of the other sections. But this is a fourth type of course that you are going to find. You're going to find courses that are very specific, either specific to a certain body part or body system. You will find courses that are to a particular type of medicine, a particular type of preparation. Improve your knowledge in a very specific section of herbalism. So by that, you could be looking at courses that are to do with herbalism and eyesight. So you're really focusing in on vision as that part of herbalism. You could be looking at the cardiovascular system. You could be working just on oils and improving your ability to make oils. You might be looking to anything like this. It's getting really specific. These are the widest range of courses you're going to find. Here are just some examples of what I mean by a very specific course. The Solidarity Apothecary runs Herbalism and PTSD as a course. The College of Phytotherapy Practitioners, they run a Functional Herbal Therapy and Cancer course. Abril Dobrea, who I mentioned earlier of Beauty Herbs and Tea, she runs an online course on teas, really focusing in on teas. Cami McBride runs one on oils. There are so many that you can do. Anyone at any section can focus on just one little bit of herbalism and really find a practitioner that they resonate with and can double down to that one and learn something really specific. So it's really important that you are looking widely at these courses. Learn from as many people as you can, and the sky's the limit when it comes to herbalism. There are so many things that you can learn about, and really take your time before investing your time and your money in a course and really, really double down and look for it. I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that this demystified a little bit of the process of looking for herbal schools for you. I will put the links to all of the courses and schools that I mentioned in the description below. If you are studying a course I have not mentioned, or you have studied a course I have not mentioned, that you absolutely loved, put it in the comments below, because I really want to hear from you and I want a great big directory of all these courses. So have a fantastic rest of your day and I will see you soon. Bye guys. This is my in-focus octopus to see if you can see me. If I move this, should be where my head's at. Can you see me now? I really can't see. I don't know if I'm in focus, guys. I'm just... My fringe is in my eyes. My fringe is in my eyes. Okay. Right, and see if you can see me, because I just recorded for how long? Like half an hour? Longer? I can't see. I was just talking and talking. I clearly love the sound of my own voice. Oh no! I lost the windbreaker in my shirt. Where have you gone? Oh no! There it is. Where are they? I didn't look that up. I should have done.